Members of Parliament work in the constituency involves a lot more than just political commitments. There are the social obligations as well. We join Conservative MP Patrick Brown in his Barrie, Ontario riding as he hosts and attends a variety of events. And we also take a tour of this growing community.
I appreciate, I know you guys are so busy with your schedules and training that it's nice that you come out and support a community event. We've been raising funds and donations for the food bank.
MP Patrick Brown is hosting his 5th annual Family Skate Day at the Barrie Molson Centre. He's joined on the ice by constituents, local dignitaries, and players from the NHL and the Ontario Hockey League's Barrie Colts. Why was it important for you to hold this event yet again?
Well, it's great just to talk to constituents, hear what they're thinking, hear what they're saying. But at the same time, the holiday season, I know the Barrie Food Bank needs a lot of support, and this is a way to collect non-perishable items for the Barrie Food Bank. I know we're overflowing with folks that have brought stuff in today, so it's been a huge success.
Back at his office, Brown, who's been very active in the community for years, shares why it's so important to reach out to constituents through local events.
Well, we try to have an event in Barrie every month to show a level of activity and help out local charities. So our big ones are the Hockey Night in Barrie, which has raised over $800,000 for the Cancer Centre, and that's with NHLers. I also host a half marathon, which raises money for the cardiac unit, and that involves 1,200 runners.
He also hosts an annual pancake breakfast, a chili fest, summer barbecue, regular passport clinics, and attends diverse cultural events, among others.
You know, Barrie's a city that's always buzzing with activity, and we're just happy to be a source of organization for that.
Beyond politics, Brown is an avid hockey player and long-distance runner who's completed a dozen or so high-profile runs, including a marathon on the Great Wall of China.
Which one? That one? And Ron has worked all night putting this together.
True to form, Brown later joins his provincial colleague, MPP Ron Jackson, at Jackson's annual Chili Fest. It's another means for him to touch base with area residents. Today, he meets some newcomers to Canada.
You realize that you've come to Canada in our winter, and in Peru it's probably perfect and warm right now.
Brown's constituency office handles between 5,000 and 6,000 passport applications for Barrie residents every year. The riding is home to more than 140,000 people. It's located in the heart of central Ontario and is one of the fastest growing regions in North America.
Well, Barrie really is in the heartland of Canada. It's incredible. We're surrounded by Lake Simcoe, Kempenfelt Bay. It's one of the most beautiful, pristine water bodies. It is clean. You can swim in it all summer long. We've got a friendly population surrounded by ski hills and golf courses. When I leave Ottawa, I look forward to going back to paradise. I really think Barrie is an incredible place to live.
It's considered a designated urban growth centre in Ontario and is expected to reach a population of about 670,000 in the next 20 years.
Barrie's had a 6% growth rate over the last 10 years. A lot of people have visited Barrie and they fall in love with it very quickly. It has one of those small town charms, but we're close enough to Toronto, so if you have any needs for the big city, you can get there within 45 minutes.
Brown was first elected to the House of Commons in 2006, but he has a long history of public service. At just 22 years old in 2000, he was elected to Barrie City Council. He reflects on some of the challenges that have come with the city's growth, including an acute shortage of family physicians.
All our institutions were no longer large enough. We've had to, through federal funding, expand Georgian College. We've fundraised pretty significantly to expand the hospital twice in size, build the cancer care center. We've had to expand the local airport. We've had to add GO train services to the city because the transportation was not adequate for a city our size now. So growth required a lot of investment, but I really believe that we have been able to handle it appropriately, and we'll do our best to continue to do so.
Always on the go, Brown later drops in on the seniors' Christmas tea at Heritage Place. Earlier, he touched on the fact it's all part of a typical day when he's working in the riding.
A typical day in the riding, the best way to describe it is a zoo. I think a lot of people think when a politician leaves Ottawa, they're off for the weekend. That is the absolute opposite. It is nuts when you go back to the riding. I find every weekend I go back to Barrie, I have 10 or 15 events every weekend. There's so much happening.